All right, I'm going to take on my nemesis. I hate maybe just this lock. I haven't had anything but just one titanium line. Not sure if I'm saying that right. For this Abus 64 Ti 40, I can rake it open pretty quickly. It just is a bait in my existence. I would rather do an Abus green belt, a blue belt. It's been easier than this one. And I wouldn't say it's easier because sometimes I pick it and it opens, and sometimes I cannot figure for the life of me to pick it. So my question is, one, I was able to pick it without looking at the key, which was nice. But look at this dig's pretty much very, you have to lift the first pin so high, it pretty much disappears. So just maybe it's the biting. Maybe if I had a different one with different biting, it'd be a lot easier. But I hate this lock very much. So you think, oh, let's do top of key, right? Well, if you look at the top of key, I'll show you. This is something when I'm having problems picking something, I wonder like, okay, is it this? So if I was picking it in this direction, right? If I take this out, I just kind of look at this. So I have a Mogi here. But if I look at this pick, if you just push all the pins down, so here's the first pin, but if you look at the angle, if I do top of key, you think they have all this room, but you actually don't have all this room. So when you go in here and you pick at this angle because it goes so high up, and I know from this key, look how deep this was. So when I first got it, I actually used bottom of key. But when I did top of key, I didn't realize how deep this one was. And if you look at that one, so that's the second pin in, I couldn't get the angle without this being jammed. And eventually I figured out how to do it because I only need about this much room. I don't need all this room. But of course your pick slips into here. So I think just my bottom of key really helped me out because it kept it from sliding. It let me go all the way to the top and not go into this area. So kind of play with them if you're ever getting stuck between top of key, bottom of key. Check out your picks. I have smaller picks. Like I have a very small multi-picks. I mean, this isn't the smallest one I have, like thinness, I mean by small, and they still have a problem getting in here. So I figured out that I'm able to get it open here with the bottom of key. And a lot of people say aluminum pins, so you need a lighter tension. I've tried light, I've tried hard. What seems to work for me is just, I mean, you'll see how much this bends insanely hard. It just works for this specific one. Okay, nothing on 1, nothing on 2, 3. And to get in there, I actually have to turn it sideways to get into some of these spaces. All right, nothing. Going back to the last one. A little bit of play, but no. There's a click. Going. So back to 1. 1 is bonding now. Look how high I have to put this. Still no click. Okay, that's just, I can't get it any deeper than that. I didn't even get a click. So I'm going to go back to other ones. Now here's 2. Nothing on 2. Oh, there's 3. 3 went. Okay. I just let a little tension off. I've heard some come up, so let's go through it again. Okay, got another click. 1 came back up. Let's put the 1 back in. See how high that 1 is? I have to put it. There it goes, and it opened. But that is just the number 1 pin has to disappear to go in. So just trust when it's binding to just keep going. And like before, when I first was doing this, I was pushing it. Like if you can see that, I was pushing this thing so far in. But I mean, you have to make that pin disappear. So just it could have been really bad bidding on this, and I just figured it out eventually with time. But I can rake this open really quick, and I was just so frustrated about single pin picking it. So as you can see, I can get it single pin, but it's the knowledge of after messing with it a while and realize how high. I did a 410 master lock, and the number 1 pin was also ridiculously high. So it seems to me I guess all my nemesis locks are when that number 1 pin is just insanely high and I don't realize it. I guess maybe with the number 2s I go so deep in you don't think about it, but the number 1 you're like, how far does this need to go in? Apparently all the way. So that's just some techniques I use again to determine whether or not I have the right pick and the angle I got to get on it. So